Just for everyone at home who doesn't know, Jeffrey Epstein is the guy who directed Avatar.
No, he actually worked on Terminator Salvation.
Oh, the Fire Festival guy.
Oh, right.
As someone, what would you say your political leanings are?
Woo! And this is where people call me crazy.
Yeah, no, me too, bro. Me too.
No.
There's no place for centrism in politics.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, we had a professor last semester who was he was very socialist.
Yeah,
and he kept talking because I'm pretty centered, and a lot of his slides were about how you can't be neutral on a moving train, like how Trudeau is centered, and even that's not left enough. Making of the
modern world. Yeah, we're not gonna say any names. We're not gonna say any names, but dude, this guy,
he was heavily leaning in with.
Man, he had three slides. He had one slide that was the gulags were kind of necessary, but the Great Depression was so bad.
The
gulag part of the podcast.
I started reading the Gulag Archipelago a couple days ago. It's
Gulag Archipelago?
Dude, that shit sounds awful.
Dude, it was horrible, dude. Horrible, dude. People downplay how big of an impact communist Russia actually had on the world.
This is a line, a paragraph from the book was, so there would be a street, and if it was a street of wooden houses, single floor, if you had a brick house in there, or if you had a wooden house with 2 floors, then you were shipped off.
Later, you were in the house.
Yeah, exactly.
You picked up your house and said, sorry, with the plumbing and everything, electrical, you know what I mean, whatever.
Dude.
Oh, you got a Tesla in the garage? Later.
A Tesla?
Yeah.
Imagine a Tesla. 1940s Soviet Union.
During the Gulag.
Tesla bread makers.
You definitely can't be here, bro.
No.
Definitely get sent to the Gulags if you have a Tesla.
Get out of here. You Australian fuck. No, but communist Russia, horrible.
Terrible.
Horrible. Shame on them. Shame on them.
But as you were saying, it was probably necessary, right?
Necessary, the gulag.
As you were saying, yes.
I mean, I'm sorry, I don't even know what happened in the gulags. What happened? I just knew that.
You know what's crazy? They sent hundreds of thousands of people out into the Siberian forest, and they lost track of them. They just sent people out to die, and they built civilizations and communities out in the Siberian forest.
Dude, the idea behind all that craziness was that they had the idea that I have a feeling that I'm not speaking even from on a factual standpoint here. I'm just saying that
we're
it
all
seems
idiots.
Yeah, no. Well, realistically, I don't know anything.
No,
I'm 11 years old.
Yeah, I'm a baby.
Jeffrey Epstein was my 3rd grade teacher.
He was a Jew. It's okay that I could say that because I'm Italian.
No, but realistically,
you're a minority. But
we have a little anti-Jew bias around this podcast.
Really?
Oh, do we? Oh shit! What's that flag?
That's right. You put it all in the flyers all over school.
Oh my god! Was that you,
dude? Jeffrey Epstein, dude.
No, but I actually really like Jews. I never understood why people made fun of Jews.
I actually had a really interesting relationship.
We'll talk about that after.
I had a really interesting relationship with my mom's late boyfriend. They were together for 6 years, and he passed away. Pancreatic cancer. And he was an unorthodox Jew, but dude,
unorthodox?
Unorthodox, yeah. He didn't go to temple or anything.
He's a Jew, but he's left-handed.
Yeah.
So it's orthodox, and then if you're not orthodox, you're unorthodox.
I think that's how it works. Yeah,
okay,
it's if you're sensitive, you're sensitive, and if you're insensitive, you're not sensitive.
True. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Okay. Sorry.
I guess grammatically that makes sense.
Yeah. No.
Religiously, though,
I just had to
do we really know much about that?
Okay. So go on.
I had a really good relationship with him, dude. Probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met, man. Mm-hmm. Fucking really great guy. Geo knew him really well.
I used to do door-to-door canvassing for a hospital.
Oh, really?
And the Jewish neighborhoods, the most generous people in the entire world.
Dude, incredibly.
The most generous people in the entire world. There's no other race or creed that is probably more
it's
generous.
incredible. It's incredible. And fucking like, you know, his name was Fred. And he was a doctor. He was a orthopedic surgeon. And dude, this guy, like, you know, like this was like during my teenage years, and my and he was always there for me, bro. And dude, like this guy, like whatever I needed, and like he'd just be like, "Hey, you need the car today? Go, like just go." Like, "Oh, you need $100?" Like, and I'm not gonna fucking take his money, but he's like, "No, go, take $100, go."
Who was that in your?
My mom's boyfriend.
True.
And like we lived together, whatever.
But
and,
like that's such an important relationship.
Oh, dude,
too,
totally.
you know what I mean? To have someone who's actually not a shitty like
dude, 100%,
not
dude,
a
100%,
father,
100%.
Like,
bro,
that's a nightmare, bro. That's a nightmare.
Where the fuck are the TV shows of like really good stepdad? Where the fuck are these shows, dude? Yo, I'm watching Homeland right now, and like it's the only show I've ever seen that had a really good like guy come in and try and swoop up the wife. Like I don't even feel bad about the dad. This guy's getting cheated on, and I'm like, like whatever. You know what I mean? Like this guy's really cool though. You know what I mean? Like his haircut, dope.
I know a couple buddies who have really good stepdads who have really impacted their life. Really positively.
Man. Exactly.
Who, if you could choose any celebrity to be your stepdad, who would it be?
Ooh, Brad Pitt.
John Hamm.
Snoop Dogg. Like 100%.
Why John Hamm?
Oh, he's a cool guy.
Yeah, Mad Men was a sick show.
Clean shaven, he's cool.
Dude, all actors are. Is that an actor?
Oh, the guy from Mad Men.
Yeah, they're all crazy. No, actors are weird. Actors like that. Let's be real. They're not going to be there for you. They're looking in the mirror. They're not worried about you.
You're getting strangled, and he's like, "Wait a second, Jesus!"
That's exactly. What
Mary, can you check on your child? Oh my god!
That's exactly what reality would be.
Yeah,
Fuck actors. They're
a
weird, creative people.
Who else? I guess Elon Musk. That'd be cool.
Yeah, but
he's
this guy's been married so many times.
But to the same chick.
Oh yeah,
he got remarried to the same chick.
How many times?
I think it was once.
I thought he was remarried like 3 times.
He could be too, but I know he remarried the same chick. That's a crazy decision. That's a crazy decision.
Come on, guys. Like, how many times do we really, you know, get in a relationship? We're like, oh, we're gonna break up.
Zero, bro. I swear to God, dude. That's one.
I'm looking you right in the eyes.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
And you're telling me?
Maybe once.
This motherfucker's a liar. I got him.
Maybe once, but you gotta get out of that.
No, like no. If it's not working, it's not working. You know what I mean?
Especially if you're Elon Musk and you have
especially if you're Elon Musk.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're
you can't make the same mistake
bro,
twice.
I feel
how
does he manage a relationship? Like, let alone be a stepdad. Like he's trying to go to Mars. Like he's not going to care about your soccer practice.
Yeah, he's like, I'm trying to go to Mars, motherfucker. Oh my god, he's like, I make shit fly. Oh my god, yeah, dude. I think like people forget that. I feel like people forget that we're trying to fucking go to Mars, dude.
Bro, no, you're so right. I saw pictures of a rover that landed on the surface of Venus. How
dope,
fucking
crazy,
how fucking
crazy,
dude,
crazy.
Dude, we're in the next level,
dude.
Yeah. This is it's absolutely insane,
dude. We're literally talking about putting people on Mars to start a colony, and people care about what fucking Rihanna wore today. Mm-hmm. Hey, Rihanna's not that hot. What are you doing?
She's pretty sexy, but you're right. You should control yourself.
Relax. We're trying to go to Mars.
And what do you think? Because ever since I watched, we talked about film in our class.
Yeah.
Ever since I watched Stanley Kubrick, bro.
Yes.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yes, we were talking
life.
about this. Yes, we were talking about this. Yeah.
And ever since I saw that fucking movie, Eyes Wide Shut, changed my experience.
Yeah.
Or changed my perception on life. Mm-hmm. And what you just said there, we're so caught up on the bullshit that we can't even fathom or appreciate or try to work towards the idea of becoming like a multiplanetary species.
Yeah.
And why do you think that is?
Dude,
Do you
oh
think
my God,
do you think it's a concentrated effort by a greater power to dumb down the population in order to keep control of the future of where this shit goes? Because I don't know what I've after watching that shit and reading shit, I don't have any other
explanation.
Yeah, I don't have any other explanation.
Dude, this is the thing I don't get. Okay, you know, as we find it so hard as a world, right, to unite around one general objective. Okay, now like we see it now happening like with like climate change. Okay, we see this concentrated effort by spokespeople like Greta Thunberg and here nationally Justin Trudeau and like the Green Party and Jagmeet Singh, whatever. We see people saying, "Oh, we all gotta work around climate change. We gotta tackle this issue."
Those are Canadian politicians, by the way.
Yeah. Sorry. Or like like if we want to like go into like the United States or like we can talk about Jeremy Corbyn in UK or Democrats. We can talk about fucking Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders. We have these people rallying most of us, right, towards these one big issues, because when there's one big issue, dude, we seem to forget all our small little problems, okay? Dude, like when we had to fight Nazi Germany, okay? Obviously, I didn't fight Nazi Germany. But like when those guys fought Nazi Germany.
My grandma, refugee from Germany.
Really?
German.
Oh, dude, that's dope.
When she was younger, her house was taken over by Canadian soldiers and used as a radio tower in her small town.
No way.
So yeah, so she had to. So she's a refugee from Nazi Germany. Her parents, she was in a more rural community, so she wasn't. None of the family was affiliated with. Yeah. But they had to escape. They had to come to Canada after that.
I believe it
because it was destroyed.
100%. No, dude, of course. But think about like the threat of.
I think my great grandfather fought though.
That's incredible, and thank you for your service.
I've never met him.
I don't know what to say.
Okay, go on.
Like, what do I say? Actually, I have a really good story about that, dude. My grandmother, my father's mother, escaped capture because my father's I don't want to say he's Jewish because he's not religiously a Jew, but he's a descendant from Jews.
Who is this?
My father.
Your father?
Yeah. My father. So
is he Jewish? Like heritage?
Yeah, I would yes, but like he's not religiously a Jew. You know what I mean? Like he's a.
Oh, that didn't matter to Hitler.
Yeah. No. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And his mother was like a full Jew. I don't mean that in a bad way. I hope that
sounded harsh.
Yeah, his mother was a full Jew. Like wow.
No redeeming qualities.
No, that's all right. I appreciate.
My grandmother. She actually she had this amazing story. So while she was pregnant with my father, she was escaping her apartment building, and they were looking for her, the Nazi soldiers, the SS. So they were going up the building, and on the way up, because she was leaving her friend's apartment, right? And on the way up, she's going down, and on the way up, they ask her, "Oh, where does blah blah live?" And she's like, "Oh, up there." But dipped, dude, that close.
Oh my god!
I could have just not been here. Yeah. Dude, that's a fucking scene.
Is that a Schindler's List?
That's a Schindler's List scene. Dude, how fucking... Dude, you know how pissed I would be if I said this and they found out that she took that from a fucking Schindler's... It was a deleted scene. It was in a special fucking edition. Like, 20 years later, we forgot this one scene and boom... This proves Michelle's fucking huge story on the Can Opener podcast. What is this? Epstein podcast? Whatever? What is
Jeffrey
this?
Epstein's personal podcast.
Him from the dead.
Live from Toronto.
But dude, yeah, like, crazy story.
Dude, that's insane.
But yeah. But as I was saying before, we seem to forget the big issues, forget the small issues, sorry, when there's this huge threat to humanity.
What do you mean?
So what I mean by that is that...
Because we should talk about climate change. I think that's an interesting conversation to have.
Okay, definitely do that. But the thing is that, dude, climate change is a wrong issue to rally.
Make sure you're talking to...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Feel good, bro. You'll
Hello,
still
guys.
You'll still be there.
Climate change is an issue that isn't an issue that we should be using the objective to rally everyone around. It's an objective. It's a situation that should be tackled, but it shouldn't be the situation that should unite us. Because, dude, you get all...
Sorry, before we go into that,
Yeah.
what was the small issues you were talking about?
Like, oh, I don't like this person because they don't say thank you after opening the door. Like, I'm just saying relatively small issues.
Like within your actual life.
Yes, exactly. Like day-to-day shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't like what this person said to me in class.
Yeah.
And it turns into this huge Twitter thing because it got spread around and went viral, whatever. This person gets expelled from a school or some shit. Like, I don't know. Do you remember the Covington kids?
Kids?
Yeah, the kid that wore the MAGA hat, and then that Nathan Phillips was this Native American.
Where he was banging the drum.
Yes, right in their face, and the kid was smirking.
Was all bullshit.
And it was all bullshit. They treated those kids like they were fucking straight up white nationalists, fucking crying like Hail Hitler, like in the middle of fucking Washington D.C. or wherever the hell they were. Dude,
the story was just totally taken out of context.
Totally taken out of context. So we're not going to be thinking like anything like that if we're tackling a huge issue together as humanity. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I think that, you know, a lot of people say, my main point is this. A lot of people say like, oh, why are we thinking about Mars if we can't even settle our disputes here? Yeah. That's how you settle your disputes here. You would set this huge objective that everyone needs to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Dude, think of fucking, like, I'm going to use a cultural...
use whatever you want.
Example. But think of fucking Interstellar. Okay?
I don't know if I've ever seen it.
You never seen it? Okay, so this is like this huge movie that, like, you know, with Matthew McConaughey, whatever the fuck, and Matt Damon, that the world was going to shit, whatever. We had to desert Earth, right? Whatever. And the objective was to leave Earth and find another home. So they sent all these astronauts to different solar systems that had they had possibilities for life, right?
Yeah.
For us to survive there. Whatever. Dude, you think that something that drastic, that big, whatever, was gonna fucking be held back from like, oh, this kid is like wearing this MAGA hat and this dude is banging a drum. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I'm trying to say that we need to set objectives that we as a whole, as a community, as a global community can rally behind.
You know what's interesting? You said that, and I heard someone talking about like an older person, you know, because we're young. We're young men, and we honestly haven't lived that much. We haven't lived through...
20.
Exactly. We just started our lives pretty much, and we haven't lived through what history 50-year-olds have lived through since like 1989.
The worst thing I saw was like I saw some guy get bottled at a house party.
Yeah, man, that's just pretty fucking
and you
traumatizing.
Face.
I didn't know there was mass killings going on before 1996.
But you were talking about climate change, and I heard someone talking about that. When we were younger, this like a 50-year-old man or a 55-year-old man, I don't remember what podcast was from. When we were younger, we had specific objectives that we were protesting towards. So we were talking about ending the war in Vietnam. Yeah. That's like a specific job.
Yeah, exactly.
A specific thing that we're going to protest against.
Exactly.
And now we have a generation and we're protesting climate change. And what does that mean? There's no specific objective. There's no, okay, we need to end consumerism. We need to stop buying. We need to drop our consumption 1/6 in the next 50 years in order for us to figure it. So what's the actual objective? And then you have people like Greta Thunberg, who's unfortunately a mentally not totally...
She has autism.
Yeah, she Asperger's.
Yeah.
She's mentally...
Yeah. Oh, is it Asperger's or is it autism?
I think
whatever.
She's on the spectrum. We know that.
Yeah, autism is a thing of... And she's being flown around the country to make...
she's taking boats.
Boats! Boats!
Okay. Is she
right.
Actually? Is she actually?
Yeah. She's
okay.
actually
And a
sailing.
train.
So she's,
and a train.
One train,
so
7
she's
boats.
going around the world. Who's behind her? Who's making these decisions? Why is there... like a little 16-year-old girl going out there to try to persuade.
Yeah.
It gets nasty when it becomes like symbolic like that.
Yeah.
It gets nefarious because she's not booking any of these. She's not. She doesn't know what's going on. She's 16, bro.
Can you imagine her with like, you know, a fucking like, can you imagine her with like a boat rental company?
Yeah.
Hey, hi, how's it going? Yes, I would just like to see what your rates are for sailing around the world. Okay, let me write this down.
I'm really
okay.
trying to save the planet.
Yeah, okay. And do you have any discounts for Planet Savers? No. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, you don't believe in climate change? Oh, okay. How about I fucking cancel you, asshole? You want to get canceled?
I'm gonna be on Ellen tomorrow.
That's incredible.
Do you know who the hell I am? Greta Thunberg, bitch. You know what I mean?
That's incredible.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll add like the phone call. Yeah. I'll add the sound.
Do it now. Wait. There, that fucking.
I'll throw it in.
She hung up 3 times.
Oh god, that
she couldn't
shit
believe
was
the guy.
hilarious.
That guy's out of a job now.
Oh, 100%.
Oh.
But what do you? That's my thought, and I know.
Yeah, that's great.
It's
yeah.
What do you think about the whole? I don't know, man. The whole idea of getting behind big ideas,
dude. How do you like? Just to add on to your point really quick before Geo hops on this is how do you protest climate? Yo, you think climate's gonna be like, yo, I'm trying my best to keep this shit under control.
But we know enough about human behavioral psychology too that when we form crowds and they're not aimed at something, then who knows? Who knows?
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
One of my biggest pet peeves is like mob mentality. Like,
all of a sudden, you're getting fired from SNL for saying chink.
Oh, yeah.
That's it, dude.
Crazy.
All of a sudden, bro.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're Dave Chappelle. You have 0 review on your newest latest.
Dude, that blew my mind. Dave Chappelle.
Idiots.
But yo, while he was fucking, dude, I remember Dave Chappelle right after Trump got elected. He said, listen, he did a stand-up little bit
it was
on some
like an
show.
interview or something.
Yeah, wasn't it? No, I think he was doing stand-up.
Okay.
I think he was doing stand-up. And he was like, let's just see this. Let's see what this motherfucker does.
Oh, yeah.
Let's give him a chance.
Maybe SNL?
Yeah. I think it was SNL. I think it was SNL, actually.
Oh, yeah, no, I watched that live on this podcast with my home. It was,
no way.
It was the election night,
yes.
right? With
it was something like
he's
that.
Like, what the fuck are you all freaking out about?
Like, we haven't seen anything yet.
Him and Chris Rock were in the back.
Yo, people were saying that Trump was going to blow up the world, dude. People said that he was going to start war with North Korea. People said that he was going to start war with Russia. Then they said that he was going to fucking work with Russia. He's a Russian fucking agent.
You were talking about CNN earlier. So I used to.
Yeah.
I lived in Ottawa.
Yeah.
I used to go to the Good Life every other day, and every single time what was on
CNN.
that television, CNN, Russia. That was the only thing
Russian
I saw
collusion
for 3 years straight. That's the only headline I saw on that entire thing for 3 years.
Yeah.
Unbelievably crazy.
That's crazy, and they're still down in ratings. It's
the death. It's the death of that world. But okay, so let's go back to your politics. What would you? I don't like labeling political views because it kind of doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, not
it's
anymore. Because everything's on a moving train. Apparently, to the fucking our professor that we used to have.
What did you say?
He's like, you can't stay centric.
You can't be neutral on a moving train.
Yeah, on a moving train. How fucking stupid, dude! If I stay in this spot in a moving train, bitch, I'm not in front fucking cabin now. I'm still in fucking coach, motherfucker.
You're just trying to survive. You pull on both sides,
Like, what do you mean? Yeah. If I have my seatbelt on, I'm not walking forward somehow. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
that's ridiculous.
Nefarious almost to
that's
try
ridiculous.
To try to
ridiculous.
Like throw out word jumble some political ideas in people's heads.
This guy thinks he's fucking Mark Twain. Like, excuse me, sir. You're not Mark Twain. Like, you're teaching at a Humber, and you have a goofy briefcase. Yeah, dude, he had the goofiest briefcase. Oh my god.
But you were saying,
this prof.
that's probably another conversation since we go to school together. Sure. That's another conversation we can have. The institutional education system is in a strange place.
Oh, dude,
in this
horrible.
time of the world, everything's changing.
It's horrible.
But that also is something that's going to change very soon, I feel.
Yeah.
Harvard, there's this guy named Steve Eisman who was based off The Big Short.
Steve Eiserman?
Yeah.
Not the hockey player?
No, Steve Eisman. He's an investor. And he bet against the U.S. economy before 2008.
Yeah, I remember
And
this,
he talks about how he doesn't invest in the United States institutional schooling systems because it's so corrupt. That's what he says. And Harvard holds $50 billion in cash in endowments from people. And that's more than Coca-Cola. That's more than McDonald's. That's more. And when you get to that level, it's immoral to hold that amount of cash because you need to be spending that cash in the economy,
to grow
create
it.
the future jobs, whatever. So that shit's gonna. I don't know what's gonna happen to that because it's almost saturated at this point because the $1 trillion in debt in the U.S.
Bro,
we have it less bad. We're so blessed to be in Canada. How blessed are we to be in Canada?
Relatively, like if you look at the numbers, like, oh, we're better. But bro, it's not. It doesn't take that much to get in a far worse place. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right.
Like far worse. Like, oh man, there's so much I could say. Oh, dude,
what are your political?
Yeah, Geo, let's head over to you.
Political views, like if my like if you
what
were
do
to
you
put a label on it.
Do you pay attention to like American politics at all?
Yeah, I pay attention. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty neutral, and which I think is a fine thing to be when you have like right now it's very divisive and you have extremes on both sides. You know, obviously, like, you know, if sometimes I sound too right wing to a socialist because, but yeah, at the same time,
it's so hard to maneuver in public. It's like it's such a new world.
No, but you know what you need to do? You need to just stop giving a fuck.
Yeah,
and I know that's so like,
no, you're right.
Oh, dude, where'd you get that from? Fucking Home Sense? You got a fucking a frame? Oh, what did your mom buy that for you? And she's like, oh my god, I see so much of this in you. Like, like
you crochet it.
Yeah, like she made like what? No, like she made you a sweater with like, you know, bad boy attitude. Like what? No, dude. The thing is, like, you know, even in my classrooms and, you know, where I'm at, like, dude, like, listen, I come from a communist country, okay? Like, you know.
So, what do you mean? Were you born there?
Yeah, I was born there.
You were born in Cuba?
I was born in Cuba, yeah.
True.
I came over here, like, listen, like, I'm not, you know, I'm going to be straight up. I came over here when I was 3.
Yeah.
Great thing. Great thing, dude. Oh, my God, people don't understand. Amazing thing. I'm so fucking grateful to be
How'd
here
you
in
get
Canada.
over here? Isn't it hard? Isn't that a hard?
Yeah, so my dad actually met my mom in Cuba. He was working for an engineering company over there, and my mom was working for the government, and like not in anything sketchy, you know what I mean? Not in the gulags or whatever the fuck.
The gulags, the gulags in Cuba would not be that bad. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about that.
Compared to Russia, bro. Let's the Siberian.
Like at least it's warm.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. No wolves.
But dude, yeah, so like once I was born, I immediately had my Canadian citizenship, and my mom could immediately come over with my sister. She was born with a separate father from a separate father. Yeah, and
that's an interesting
but it took them,
path.
dude. It took them a long time to get their citizenship, dude. 8 years, something like that. Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
I have a buddy from Congo who said it was a crazy experience because he came over like 2 years or 3 years before his dad came over.
Oh, really? So he was here alone?
Yeah, well, with his mom.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so him and his mom could only move here, and then there was an even longer process for the father to come over here.
Yeah, and dude, and I don't mean to cut you off, but that's the thing, like, you know, I appreciate legal immigration so much, you know, because I have family in Cuba, like, dude, like, man, Cuba's horrible, bro. I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. Like, listen, like, I'm gonna give you a little quick backstory here, all right? And Geo knows this really well, and he can add some insight here from like the other side, because like, dude, like when I get stressed out in Cuba, Geo is my go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling him, I'm like, dude, this is fucked, and he's like, oh, dude, but like, you know, palm trees, and that kept me going, bro. Fucking, I was looking up at those mountains. I'm like, Geo, bro. You know what I mean?
That's beautiful.
Yeah, no, dude, a beautiful country, amazing people. Yeah. But man, what people are lost on is like, you know, imagine going to Cuba, whatever. You know, I dropped out of the paralegal program here at Humber North. Okay, so I dropped out, whatever, and I worked for a bit, and then I'm like, fuck, like, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? And my mom at the time was like, you know, I'm gonna start up this beach house business. You know, why don't you run it for me and like build it and expand it? I'm like, fucking dope, whatever. You know, fuck it, go down there. So I went down there, whatever, and dude,
how old were you?
I was 19, 20?
Yeah,
20.
like,
so 3 years ago?
Yeah, but 3 years ago. Yeah, I was 20. I was turning 20. I was turning 20.
So you moved down to Cuba?
Yeah, completely.
So you have a Cuban citizenship?
Yeah, since I was born.
And you can go back and forth?
Yes.
As much
not
as
without
want?
trouble. It's
not
every time I go,
dude. Oh my god,
always get stopped.
Man,
I go right through.
Dude, I can make this podcast fucking 5 hours
think
long.
You're Jeff Epstein, don't
dude.
They think you're fucking Jeffrey.
They're like,
Epstein,
who's this motherfucker?
You're looking awful. You're looking awfully familiar.
Yeah. Were you on that plane? You know Bill? You know a guy named Bill? I'm gonna have to hire fucking security guards after this. But dude, you know, I went there, whatever, and at first it was like, oh, you know, great Cuban experience, because I always used to go like every year, fucking a month, 2 months, spend my summers there, Christmas, whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? And, you know, when you go for a vacation, like a lot of people from, you know, different countries go to Cuba and they're like, they go there for a week.
It's the most bullshit vacation.
And they're like, dude, and this
dude,
is
why are you wasting your money to sit on a beach and drink rum until you fucking die?
And this is what they say, dude. This is what they say. They're like, oh my God, the Cuban people are so amazing. This country is so amazing. Look at this life. Look at this happiness, this and that, whatever. No, bitch. Yo, you're wrong, man. Yo, you're fucking wrong, bro. Man, like, you don't understand what it's like to wake up early for work at 6:30 in the morning. You turn on the tap, there's no water. You know what I'm saying? You fucking turn on the stove. You run out of fucking propane gas. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no fucking, in my town, right outside of Havana, you know, a very developed fucking town. One of the newest towns that was built in Cuba. And that goes back to when the fucking Americans were still there, that this town was built. And that was one of the best constructions done in Cuba, bro. Mm-hmm. Done by American architects and American builders, all right? Camilo Cienfuegos. There's a huge documentary, dude. This place looked like fucking Las Vegas, bro. Like, I'm telling you straight up, like Las Vegas, like the sidewalks were so clean and beautiful, bro. You could eat off them, man. I'm telling you. And bro, now, like, I'm telling you, like, sometimes I would go for a week without fucking running water. You know what I'm saying? I would have to use my tanks to fucking cook, to fucking bathe myself. I had to use a bucket.
Yeah, you gotta fill up a bucket. And then you gotta pour the bucket down the toilet to flush it.
To flush it, bro. You know what I mean? You gotta use the water pressure.
Trajectory.
At the right trajectory, the right speed. It's fucking, you're doing E equals MC squared, fucking relative fucking motherfucker. You know what I mean? How much communism to equal the toilet flushing? You know what I'm saying? Like, dude. Fucked up shit. The buses, bro. Like, I had to take public transportation because renting a car in Cuba. Yeah. Take this in, bro. Renting a car in Cuba could run you $80 a day. CUC. That's about $110. No, sorry. That's $90 American. $92 American. Mm-hmm. Canadian. They take the Canadian at 70 cents a dollar. Okay, so. Imagine fucking I'm showing up to Cuba. I'm in Cuba, whatever. You know, I'm all happy. This and that. Exchanging money, and bro, I'm like, what? What is this? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And bro, like, everything's expensive. A piece of fucking chicken, bro. Doctors make there on average $20 a month. And a piece of chicken at the store, a piece of chicken at the store is fucking $8, $7 for a full chicken.
Yeah, and you know what I'm saying? You get like free food, right?
Dude,
like
barely. Dude, they've cut that all down.
It's even worse.
Dude, they've cut that all down. Before, you used to, if you have children, you used to get free milk for a month. You know what I mean?
Free, like the food stamps.
Yeah. Exactly, like food stamps. Exactly.
Socialism.
But buddy,
one bottle of Coca-Cola.
Yeah, exactly, or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? You get some sugar, you get some black beans, whatever. Low quality grade. I'm telling you, dude, No Name would beat them out of the market. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And No Name's dope, bro. Shout out to No Name. Sponsor us.
Straight up.
But the thing is, like, people don't understand. Like, people read these things and they're like, oh, this is so dope. But dude, that information could go back 25 years, 30 years. Like, things have changed. Like, dude, they've beefed up the telecommunications right now in Cuba. Like, right now you can have LTE in Cuba. LTE in Cuba.
I thought they were one of the only places that you couldn't.
Now you can have LTE in Cuba.
A few years ago it was
dude.
Tough.
Yeah, no, dude. Like, even 2 years ago. They just released this like 6 months ago, 4 months ago. LTE.
So so it is a new thing.
Yeah.
True.
But dude, and 3G was like a year and a half ago, 2 years. Like, and dude, it's expensive, and it's expensive. You know what I'm saying? And
so no one can afford any of the
services.
No,
dude. The thing is that people do afford it because they have to fucking find ways. They either have to do a side gig, they have to fucking get money from their family from the outside. You know what I'm saying? The fucking taxi drivers are the richest people in fucking Cuba. Don't tip your taxi drivers if you're going to Cuba. No, yo, fuck that. Yo, strike against them, bro. No, straight up.
I mean, but it's an expensive startup because they have to buy the car, which is like 60,000.
The cars are usually brought down throughout the family, bro. Fucking 5-6 years ago in Cuba, you couldn't buy homes, man. You couldn't buy homes. If you bought this house, this was yours, right? It would have been passed down from family to family to family. Every family and generation dying and living here, dying and living here, dying and living here. You know what I'm saying? And they wouldn't be able to move. And the only way to move was if you switched homes with this home with another home. That's the only way. That's the only way. And if they gave you a permit to fucking take some government land and then you build your home or whatever the fuck it is, then yeah, maybe. All right, but dude, those situations were so rare back then that it was like you got to live and die here. That's it, man. My grandmother, she was handicapped, right? She lived at the top floor of this fucking apartment building.
Yeah.
You remember that
I
shit,
remember that, yeah.
dude? And we tried getting her a fucking ground level fucking apartment, whatever, bro. You know how hard that shit was, and we never even fucking got it for her. Poor woman had to die fucking looking down from her fucking apartment. 10th floor, you know what I'm saying? Looking down at people, fucking not being able to walk, depressed as fuck. The woman died, God rest her soul, but you know what I mean? Like, horrible, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we had the money. We were like, let's go, but no fucking way, not possible. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, like, you know, people in my class are like, oh, socialism is so great.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, how much does nowadays piss you off?
And no, dude, and that's the thing. And people in my classes straight up say, oh, yo, you're so aggressive, you get so angry, this and that. It's like, yo, bitch, you don't fucking understand. You don't understand, bro, to fucking see your family go through shit that you know they don't need to fucking be going through, bro. You know what I'm saying? Bro, and the thing is, like, you know, people talk about immigration and like, you know, dude, I saw some woman today wearing a shirt in Spanish for some reason, saying, ser humano no es, ningún ser humano es ilegal. Ningún ser humano es ilegal. That means no human is illegal. Who the fuck said anyone's illegal? You may be illegally in a country. That's a status. That's a fact. That's not a fucking political statement, bitch. That's a fucking government status. What do you mean? What are you talking about, bro? And like, oh, this woman, like, she wasn't Spanish, by the way. Like, yo, I don't know. This hoodie, maybe like, dude, like, I don't know what she was trying to pull here, but yo, I understand your shirt. You know what I mean? Like, I know who you are. You know, she definitely stole that from her roommate.
You know what Malcolm X said?
What did he say?
Said, the one thing we have to fear is the white liberal. That's exactly what he said. Because they'll tell you that they're your friend, but trust me, they aren't your friend.
She wasn't white.
Okay.
No, she wasn't white, surprisingly.
But Malcolm X was going after the white folks.
No, definitely. Yeah, of course. But it just goes to show, like, how misconstrued political statements can just turn into, like, this little hippity hop, skippity bop fucking shirt. You know, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. But you know what I'm trying to say, bro? Like, it's a fucking political statement. Like, bro, I see people...
A political statement? And like, what's really the intent?
Like, they're trying to, dude, the thing is, like, they're trying to say, like, being, like, you know, like, let's use Mexicans, for example, right? Did I say that rudely?
People.
Did I say that rudely?
Dude,
that's fine. Right?
Mexicans. Who gives a fuck, bro? I work at the beer store.
I yelled at like 3 today.
Dude, the Mexicans that come through the fucking beer store and grab their 2-4 of Corona every day, bro. The sweetest motherfuckers ever. 5 foot, but sweetest motherfuckers ever. Dude.
I want to hug that motherfucker.
That's what I'm saying.
Is it racist if I want to hug them?
Come here, you Mexican.
All together.
We want some Corona. But dude, the thing is, like, you know, they say, like, oh, if you cross the border, it's not illegal to be human. It's not illegal to be human.
Yeah.
No, but dude, like, I have family that have done both. I have a family that have applied to the United States or to Canada, whatever. Rejected. Oh, wait, rejected. You know what I'm saying? Like a bad girl, like a girl you fell in love with, and you want to take her out, and you keep losing weight and looking good, and you slick your hair back, you know what I mean? And you get some new fresh kicks, and you fucking ask your mom, like, oh, mom, can I borrow the Benz tonight? It's like from 2009. And she's like, yeah, baby, go take the Benz. And you go, and you go to school, and you see her, and you're like, hey, Amanda, how about now? And she's like, no, what the fuck? And dude, that's how Cubans felt, man. And that's how my family felt. You know what I'm saying? So some of them were like, fuck this bitch. And they fucking jumped on Stacy. And Stacy was a little bit overweight. And she was a little risky. And they jumped on her. And that was the raft. And that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Jesus.
That was the raft.
I thought you were talking about the States.
No.
Okay, Stacy's Stacy's got diabetes.
No, yeah. Like, Stacy might die on you, yo, Stacy might die on you. You know what I'm saying? But fuck it. Let's run this shit. Let's run this shit. I got nothing else. I'm going to die of not busting a nut. You know what I'm saying? So I
went to the Keys in Florida, and there's a poll at the Keys of Florida that says you're now closer to Cuba than the nearest Walmart.
Yeah.
90
no way. That's what it says?
Yeah,
that's amazing. So American. So American.
Yeah, really.
But dude, you know, I've had family that have done that trip, dude.
To the U.S.?
Yeah, on the boat, on a fucking on a lancha. That's what we call it, a lancha. Lancha, yeah. Like a little fucking rickety fucking
Skippity bop.
Skippity bop, boop
Skippity
bop.
bop.
Skippity bop, boop bop, boop bop, boo. Ningún ser humano es ilegal. You know what I mean? And dude, it's a horrible experience. Like, horrible experience. And the thing is, like, every one of those people I know would rather fucking just come fucking illegal, like legally. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It's not worth risking your life. You know what I mean?
What's happening in Germany right now?
Oh, dude, horrible.
They
in Spain,
in Europe,
in Italy,
in France,
yeah,
in
bro,
Europe.
everywhere.
It's a refugee crisis.
Yeah,
it's you want to help people, but you can't let the floodgates open. It's just, it doesn't. There's got to be a nuance to this conversation of immigration.
That's the thing that people don't understand. You know what I mean? Like,
people don't understand nuance. Period.
No, exactly. And this is also where I come kind of down with the hammer on Cubans themselves, because.
Sorry, do you know who Joey Diaz is?
Yeah.
Oh, you listen to Joey Diaz?
I've heard of him.
Okay, true. Yeah. I love Joey Diaz.
You like Joey Diaz?
Oh, hilarious.
Yo, who's that fighter that just won the UFC? Masvidal. He's Cuban.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Cuban. Found that out?
Who's
cool.
the other Cuban? No, there's another fucking Cuban crazy boxer. Murdered everybody.
Wow.
I'll Google.
Oh, he's in the Cuban gulags.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
No, he was way too big for that, bro. He was on that capitalist diet. You guys want to take a break?
It's so dark. It's so dark right now. Oh my god, it's so dark right now. Oh wait, my eyes were closed. Oh my god. That's never happened to me before. I've never done that before.
All right, can you hear?
Yeah.
Can you hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. I love this. I'm in a podcast, baby.
I'm trapped inside a podcast. Help.
I'm in this fucking MacBook computer, motherfucker.
I'm trapped in a podcast.
That's the title of our podcast.
Yeah,
trapped in a podcast.
Bro, that's incredible.
Yo, I'm taking that title.
That's awesome.
Are you recording
God.
this? This is recording?
Yeah, it's recording, bro.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's recording it?
Yeah. Once you said it was so dark in here, I turned it on.
Oh my god. Oh my
that was
god.
hilarious. Okay, so break down Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh my god.
Write
Dude.
that down if you want.
Yeah,
It'll be recorded. So
Wait, but before we start, what happened to that guy who gave us the beers and then you yelled at him to leave?
Yeah, is that your fucking, what was his name, Manuela? Why would you call a guy Manuela?
what the fuck is happening?
Your housemate. He came in, he brought us beers, and you're like, okay, leave now.
Oh, Jacob?
Is that his name? Oh. I like
He went
him.
to get food.
Oh, right. Yeah, he came back, bro.
Yeah, he came back. Manuela. Dude, I'm gonna call him that for now.
He went to go get food and just never came back.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to operate in a big city, bro. This
This is just too big for him.
Yeah,
this
he's
big
just a cattle,
city.
dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so break down Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
Break down Jeffrey Epstein for your boy here
All right.
and for the world, because I don't even know if I've talked about this.
All right,
podcast.
so Jeffrey Epstein.
All I know about Epstein, I just feel like we're all clear on what happened to him, right? He
What happened?
He did not kill himself.
What happened to him?
No,
or what
like-
happened to everybody else?
No, wait. This is what happened to Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not killing myself. I'm not killing myself. No.
No, he was obviously murdered by Hillary Clinton.
Oh, clearly herself.
Yeah. No,
she walked in, dude. It was a fucking scene
was-
out of like Breaking Bad.
She was incarcerated, right? She was locked up. That was the whole thing.
She was his cellmate. This Jeffrey Epstein, dude. You know why Jeffrey Epstein had to kill himself? Because he was watching fucking Hillary Clinton touch herself every night. He's like, no, listen, get this over with. I'm gonna tell everyone what you did, Bill.
Yeah. No, so I know that there was conspiracy of what happened to him, but I don't know what happened more recently.
Okay,
You said
so-
like 2 days ago something
all right,
happened.
So let's walk through this slowly because
Yeah.
there's a lot of details.
Yeah.
And so you go and then I'll fill in on details.
on what I missed.
feel,
Yeah. Okay. So Jeffrey Epstein pretty much was a financial banker, like a mogul,
No, yeah, I know that
whatever,
stuff,
an
yeah.
investment banker.
Do you know how he got his start?
No, actually.
So through the Dalton University. So he got it. So it's a New York. I think it might be a high school. It's the Dalton School, but how he got the job, the district attorney general in the United States right now, William Barr.
Yeah.
His father got him the job to be a teacher before he didn't have any
Yeah,
credentials.
he didn't even have his degree.
He didn't even have his degree. So,
Wow.
something interesting about William Barr's father is he wrote a sci-fi fiction novel. That's when it's like a story, right? And
like Jupiter Ascending.
Yeah, exactly. Except it was about child sex slavery.
Oh shit!
He
I
literally
take back my laugh. Remove that from the record.
No, that's pretty. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I'll Google it here. But he wrote a. These are all just weird connections.
Yeah.
But that's how he got a start. Now
Okay.
go on. To your
All right.
shit.
That's fucked.
Yeah,
all right.
Google it.
So pretty much, he was working with a bunch of like rich and famous people. All right, like investing money, this and that.
No, yeah, I know that.
And then he had like a what's been proven, what's been shown right through evidence that obviously like some mainstream media just hasn't reported on, or lacks some details, is that he took a lot of flights with a lot of powerful people, whatever, to his private island, whatever, and enslaved girls using what's her name, Ghislaine Maxwell,
Yeah.
and Ghislaine. Wow.
Ghisl.
Dude, imagine recruiting girls and my name is Ghislaine. Like, okay, you couldn't see this coming. But no, but seriously though, horrible thing. So
Yeah, that's Jesus Christ. Sometimes you get caught in it, you don't realize how horrible you're
you
being.
laughed at that motherfucker.
I laughed hard too, like too hard.
And listen, motherfuckers, if you're listening over at SNL, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna get hired, and then I'll get fired, and you know what? Then I'll get hired again. So he was taking flights with people like Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, whatever, and they had like long associations with him, big history, whatever. And there were payments made to him, right, that were shown that he was funneling money through his investments, taking payments for these people. Am I right, Evan?
Sorry?
He was taking money from like all these powerful men.
So in his one, he ran like he was an investment guy, apparently, and he only had one client, and that client was the owner of La Senza, and this guy was worth like $1 billion or something, and they have. This guy is known to, so he only had one client, and he had a $63 million mansion downtown Manhattan that was gifted to him by this guy as well.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the plane was gifted to him by this guy as well. And
Crazy.
this guy had known associations with the Mossad of Israel. So the Mossad is the Israel Secret Service.
Wow.
Jesus Christ. So this guy was protected heavily. This guy, well, not so much because he didn't kill himself, but yeah. So at the end of the day, he pretty much got booked for the child, the pedophilia thing.
Yeah, but
he was sex trafficking.
Yeah, he was sex trafficking.
And these allegations came out like in 2009, right?
Well, they got dropped.
Yeah.
And he was put on house arrest, dude. This guy was put on house arrest, and he didn't have to show up to his parole hearings. Not parole hearings, probation officer. You didn't have to fucking go see him. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, you got to go home and like bang chicks at his
bro. Not chicks.
Sorry, I shouldn't say that.
Wow.
Chicks
well, now we're
is like
both
8
not going on SNL, motherfucker.
That was uncool.
Yeah.
Young girls.
Yeah,
to be
underage girls.
So in September of 1973, a year before tenure at Dalton ended, Barr published Space Relations. The book is highly unsettling and depicts the rape of enslaved people, especially teenage girls, and other coercive sex acts for the dual purposes of entertainment and controlled procreation. And Epstein also invested in Harvard into eugenics, which is essentially he wanted to like seed the human race with his genetics in the future. So it just got really crazy and deep and
dude, I don't know if you guys have heard of the show The Shield.
No.
Dude, there's this episode where there's this fucking weird ass like serial like killer that was like killing hookers and shit. But this guy was like storing his cum in like glass jars in his fridge, and he was like going on about like, oh, I need to fucking give my seed everywhere.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but he had like a tumor in his brain, so maybe this guy did too.
Well, you'll never know now because who knows what happened to his. Did you ever see the picture of
Bill Clinton? Oh my
the
god,
painting of Bill
dude,
Clinton.
that is
Yeah.
crazy.
Did you see the painting?
Yeah, no. So I'm aware of everything that happened until like whatever you texted me 2 days ago saying this Jeffrey Epstein stuff's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened 2 days ago.
He didn't reply back.
I was walking.
And then
busy.
2 days ago, we'll play the video now. Good timing.
Yep.
Project Veritas, which is
shout
some YouTube channel, and they get leaks.
Yeah, a bunch
from
of
major
stuff.
news.
Did you see the
networks.
CNN one?
I didn't watch any other
Oh,
videos.
that's a good one.
I'm gonna go look into it because they look dope.
Yeah, no, they're really good. They're really good.
Okay, so this is a video, and this is of ABC talking about Jeffrey Epstein.
Amy, what's her name? Amy
Robach.
Yes.
So she's the main.
She's a co-anchor. She's a co-anchor. Yeah,
on
yeah.
ABC. So one of the biggest one of the biggest news networks in the world.
Let's see ABC's reporting.
Yeah. So this is her caught on a hot mic.
I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air. First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is. This is a stupid story. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. We were so afraid we wouldn't be able to interview Kate and Will that also quashed the story. And then Alan Dershowitz was also
what is a professor at Harvard who studied law, who back in 2008 Jeffrey Epstein got booked for a similar case but got let out in 2008. And it's not confirmed, but there's an unreported quote from Alan Dershowitz saying to prosecutors that he's intelligence and that we need to leave it alone. During his sentencing.
Right, he was a fucking informant. He was registered as an informant for the FBI.
During 2008,
Yes.
that was what they said during that trial and allegation. So he didn't end up going for child sex trafficking. It was only, I forget the charge. It was minor,
nothing.
though.
Yeah, it was nothing.
And he got to go home. But it blew over. And then all these powerful people still had
Chilled with him.
relationships.
He still chilled with them.
Still had relationships with him. He was happening.
implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations, and I freaking had all of it. I'm so pissed right now. Like, every day I get more and more pissed because I'm just like, oh my God, what we had was unreal. Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
There's a more extension to that.
Yeah,
you watch more than
we're
that?
We should watch the whole video.
Who is she talking to there?
She's talking, dude. She's
This
actually,
is like got caught on camera, but she didn't know she was on
Called a
camera.
hot mic.
Yeah, but
Hot
yo,
mic.
think
And
about
there's a leaker.
Is that the name of this podcast?
Someone in ABC crew caught this, and they were like, they saved it clearly and sent it to these people.
Today I actually checked Twitter, and ABC is saying, like, take this in, bro. Like, I don't know if you guys saw like the statement they released, like the day that this came out, but they pretty much said like, oh, we didn't have the corroborating evidence to report on this. That's why it didn't come out. That's why the interview didn't get
all bullshit.
Dude.
Yeah, meanwhile,
you guys said that Kavanaugh fucking raped this woman from 40 years ago with no fucking witnesses to back it up, no evidence, no nothing. Just Christine Blasey Ford saying, Justice Kavanaugh should not be confirmed. Excuse me.
Yeah, like what the
Have some respect.
What the fuck is going on?
Have some respect. And on top of that, dude, look at how comfortable this woman is saying this in a fucking studio with ABC employees. Think about that, dude. She knows that, like, forget about this being caught on camera. She's comfortable enough sharing all this information with everyone that's working there.
Yeah.
Imagine how many people are behind the scenes right there. Maybe 8. The cameramen, the fucking producers, whatever, the script directors, whatever the fuck. Bro, She's straight up fucking emptying out all this stuff.
That's how you know the people who dropped it were the big boys.
Yep.
It's like the big boys who aren't around any of this, and it's the big boys.
Everyone that heard this shit went home saying, "What the fuck?"
She was so narcissistic about it.
She's like, "I wanted that story. I wanted that story." Like, yo, bitch, children were getting fucking abused by Bill Clinton.
Yeah, like, think about it.
Excuse me, sir, ma'am. You're supposed to be a broadcast. You're supposed to be fucking shining light onto issues that are important to the general public, not fucking pampering up your resume. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna go from ABC? Where are you gonna go from ABC? What's next?
You can only go down.
Mars, bitch. What? Like, where are you gonna go next? You know, CBS? Is that bigger? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Knows,
but dude, I checked Twitter today.
Yeah.
They released a new statement saying that they were investigating this leak. Not the fucking interview, the leak. And they said that they confirmed that the person that released this was that had hold of this recording is not CBS, and now they're contacting CBS. Yo, can you imagine they contact CBS and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna need you to extradite this person over to ABC." Like, what the fuck are you gonna do? Put him in the gulags, bitch? Like, yo, honestly, what the fuck?
Bro, we live in a crazy time. And
Crazy
it's
time,
so
dude.
scary. Did you watch that Edward Snowden, Joe Rogan
Dude, I didn't
interview?
get to watch it yet, bro.
You need
So
to
busy.
watch it.
I watched a bit of it, yeah.
But just like the world we live in. Like, we live in a surveillance state. Have you guys read 1984? By George Orwell.
No.
He talks about
Not
Big
completely.
Brother.
Yeah, no. Well, we're there.
interesting.
We're there already.
Yeah.
Like, it's not coming. It's,
China.
China.
That point you made about China in class that one
100%,
day.
yeah.
Okay, we're going to continue watching.
Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you?
Didn't have time to
Yes, I did.
testify, boys.
First of all, I was told, who's Jeffrey Epstein? No one knows who that is.
Hot mic.
It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. Then the palace found out that we had her whole allegations about Prince Andrew and threatened us a million different ways. I've had the story for 3 years. I've had this interview with Virginia Roberts. We would not put it on the air.
That's tape leaked to us by our latest network insider. This brave insider works at ABC News. ABC News anchorwoman Amy Robach is talking to her producer on a hot mic. She says she had the Jeffrey Epstein story 3 years ago, and her bosses at ABC News spiked it.
And then Alan Dershowitz was also implicated in it because of the planes. She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton, we had everything. I tried for 3 years to get it on, to no avail, and now it's all coming out, and it's like these new revelations.
Here they just repeated it a bit.
Yeah.
But if you run it forward a little bit here,
I'll run it forward.
she gets asked if you think he killed himself.
Sharply criticizing ABC.
Unreal. Like, oh my God, it was what we had was unreal.
Our insider told us this tape was recorded earlier this year in late August, a day or so after this NPR report came out sharply criticizing ABC News for not broadcasting the Robach-Jeffrey interview years ago.
ABC has episodically covered the scandal, yet the interview was never broadcast, and Jeffrey says she was never told why.
Other women backing it up. Hey, yep. Brad Edwards, the attorney, 3 years ago, saying there will come a day when we will realize Jeffrey Epstein was the most prolific pedophile this country has ever known. And I had it all 3 years ago.
All right, bitch. We get it. Bitch.
I'm sure she didn't even come up with the story. She was given the story.
Well, then I got a little concerned about why I couldn't get on.
On the leaked insider tape, Amy Robach says she had the
She's
Jeffrey
so
Epstein
hot.
story 3 years
Oh
prior,
my God.
but her exclusive interview was shelved. Robach says in the leaked tape there was a lot of pressure from Buckingham Palace. According to NPR, the famed lawyer Alan Dershowitz also pressured
That's
the
a whole other conversation. You know, we think about it in our modern lives. How much power do these ancient old monarchies play in? Like, there's a different level. We think kingdoms and castles are over with, but it's like gangsters and kings that rule our world still. Like, it's just like
They've been replaced with $63 million mansions in Manhattan.
Yeah.
That is their castle.
And we don't. It's like, how will we ever understand? Can we understand that within this illusion?
Yo, if you even think about it, bro, imagine us. We're like, let's say we're peasants, right? Back in the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what we are. All of us. We're fucking.
Take this in.
You know, we're
the middle class.
street people.
The middle class
dude.
are still peasants.
Take this in.
Exactly.
Dude, we think, we got it
we're peasants with
bad
air
or
conditioning.
good or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck. We think we're criticizing our way of life, bro. There are people getting away with fucking murder, bro.
Every day,
murder,
all the time,
dude.
In plain sight.
And dude, take this in. We look up to these rich people. We look up to people with power and status or whatever the fuck that fly around and do whatever the hell they want. You know, go to their parties, go to their secret little meetings, or you know, whatever this mainstream idea of success and just
being accepted.
Yeah, exactly. And dude, and it's just straight up status. You know what I mean? That's the same view that peasants had before, man. Looking up to their kings and queens and shit.
That's how
They're
you
like,
control.
Oh my god, dude! I'm watching Homeland right now, and like, there's this like bit where like the vice president's fucking son kills this woman while driving, and like
Caitlyn Jenner.
or Matthew Broderick.
Did he
You guys forgot about that one?
Yeah, he did.
Dude,
He
he
did.
killed someone, dude.
Dude, that's street credit. You know what I'm saying?
In my
Walks
world-
around with like a fucking teardrop.
Oh my god! His stepdad's actually Snoop Dogg.
It's not like Matthew Broderick's as protected as Caitlyn Jenner.
No.
It can't. No.
Who knows? Caitlyn Jenner was Woman of the Year. Wasn't even a woman.
Dude, men are really taking over now.
I know, they really fucked
we
took
thought
every
Dude,
award.
They kept saying that white men were going down, this and that. Bitch, we're winning Women of the Year. What are you talking about?
What award do you have left?
Do you see me? Do you see me? Do you really see me what I'm doing?
Yeah, but we're never gonna win another Oscar.
Oh no! Oh,
You're
dude,
right.
Best Pictures out of the game.
No
Out of
way.
the game. Hit that shit.
Okay. What were we just talking about?
we're
The royal
talking-
family. It's trippy. The royal family threatened them. How much does the royal family? I've been real interested in like Prussian monarchies and going down that rabbit hole. And we live in a world. I think I've come to the conclusion we live in a world run by gangsters. That's it. That's just it. You kind of got to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's not like nice out here. Do you know?
Like, I'm not,
Dude,
I'm not too into conspiracies.
I
but
really
yeah,
I'm deep in it.
Dude, let me finish just the callback to the Homeland thing,
Yeah.
dude, because it's so funny. So the kid kills this woman, whatever, and he's like broken up, but he's like, oh my god, I killed someone. And then like he was in the car with like this other girl that's like a main character like of the family, whatever. And her dad's like a congressman, and she's like, she just came into this life of power and status, whatever. And she's like, we gotta go to the police. We gotta tell someone right now. This and that, whatever. He's like, no, whatever. She eventually convinces him to tell someone, whatever. Tells his parents, the vice president of the United States, whatever. And they're like, oh, we gotta deal with this. And the other parents are like, yeah. So we'll go to the police today. This, and he's like, no, we're gonna deal with this in our own way. And dude, it's so funny because then the girl goes to like the woman's family's house, right?
Yeah.
The woman that died.
Okay.
And she's like, oh, I just wanted to say I'm sorry, this and that, whatever. And like the woman's like, bitch, you better not say anything because if you say something, I'm not gonna get paid. Because the fucking VP had bought them off. You know what I mean? To not say shit like, about her mom dying or whatever the fuck. And dude, like, sometimes we see things in shows.
What was
sometimes...
that? What was the thing in The Godfather? I think it was. It was like, it was the naive line. They were like,
oh, you're so
you get. You kill politicians or whatever. You get people to kill politicians, and he's like, and then he's like,
that's a real quote. That's actually what he said.
And,
that was Al Pacino. He won
she-
best actor for that.
And but she's like, he asks if she thinks that politicians don't get people. To be killed. And he's like, now who's acting naive? Is it me or you?
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, so,
that's dope.
But I think that's my conclusion.
network to kill the story.
I think.
Shortly before the interview was due to air, Harvard Emeritus Law Professor Alan Dershowitz called the network. He was also one of Epstein's lead defense attorneys.
We wonder if the story was killed to protect the rich and powerful. It seems few were worried about protecting the women who may have been Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Remember, Epstein was still a free man 3 years ago. And just to be clear, the interview has still not aired. What is ABC News waiting for, or who are they still protecting?
She told me everything. She had pictures. She had everything. She was in hiding for 12 years. We convinced her to come out. We convinced her to talk to us. It was unbelievable what we had. Clinton. We had everything.
Robach also has no doubt about what happened to Epstein when he finally was arrested and jailed.
So do I think he was killed? 100%. Yes, I do. Because he made his whole living blackmailing people.
So he made his whole living blackmailing people. So the theory is that he worked for the Mossad, the Israel intelligence agency, and that he would get people to do things with young women and compromise them. That's why he would get them on his plane, because it would be filmed, it would be secure. And if you instantly have blackmail over someone, if you catch them being a pedophile, and then all of a sudden if you have blackmail over all these rich and powerful people, you have control of entire corporations, you have control of states, you have control of pretty much anything you could ever want.
Dude, don't do stupid shit.
No, that's the thing. But think about
if you do film it,
you better film it. I want to watch that shit.
If you make it, if you really make it in this life, and you make a shit ton of money, and you are playing in these circles, you need to be careful. Like you wouldn't be able to talk to anyone. Yeah, exactly, bro. You need to be everything. Dude, that was incredible, bro. That sounded like
that's how we signal that it's time to go.
That's when I tell Hillary Clinton to come in.
So Hillary Clinton definitely killed him.
Oh, 100%.
Is that what you guys are trying to
with
tell
her
me?
bare hands.
What do you think? Do you think Hillary Clinton tried to kill him? Because I think that picture of Bill Clinton in Monica Lewinsky's dress signifies.
Well, how much power did she even have after she lost the election? People stopped donating to her foundation.
They're the puppets, I think.
Yeah,
there are people so much bigger than them.
Exactly, yeah. So
but the craziest thing to me is this. Like, I was talking about this entire thing like with my girlfriend and shit. And I sent her the video and I'm like, babe, like, how fucking crazy is this and whatever. And she's like, babe, like, yeah, of course. Like, this is a fucking thing. And it's like, dude, bring this back 4 years. Forget the video. Imagine just people saying this. Bill Clinton, Prince Andrew, a bunch of other rich and famous people on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein.
And 3 kids.
Named the Lolita Express. And probably 4 kids, dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah. If there's 4, then 5.
No. It's called the Lolita Express. So, you know why it was called the Lolita Express? Because there was a book named Lolita written by someone, but it was about a man who had a love interest for a young girl, and her name was Lolita. It's like it's too hard to even
dude, it's like but I think they made it like all so like it's so easy, like the connections are so easy and fucked up and out there.
Yeah, it's like they wanted there to be like a movie on it.
Yeah, that they're like, yo, if we get caught, this shit better be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, like this shit better play out fucking, like there better not be any plot holes in this bitch. Like, yo, Hollywood better make this shit exactly how I wanted to go. Like, I want fucking, like, yo, you remember when fucking in Breaking Bad when fucking what's the bald guy's name? And not Bryan Cranston's character. The DEA agent. Mike? Is it Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say like fucking, I was going to say like something else, but whatever. So Mike, you remember when he's taking a shit and he gets the book and he sees a fucking, he realizes that fucking Walt is a Heisenberg or whatever the fuck?
What season? Last season?
4th.
Okay. So
Second last.
I think I remember.
Whatever. And it's just like, that's so convenient. This guy's sitting on a toilet fucking, and he reaches back to get some reading material. You know, and he grabs the fucking Heisenberg's fucking journal. And it's like, dude, if this shit was real, they're like, I want to fucking exit like Heisenberg. You know what I mean? Like, these motherfuckers thought this shit through, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
They're like, yo, fuck Princess Diana. That shit was too fucking abstract. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, you know, like JFK's murder. You can play around with too many details. Let's get this shit right. You know what I mean? This is the big one. You know, they're going to get like Charlie Kaufman to write the adaptation. Saying,
this is the big one. This is the big one.
We got to apply it to the bell curve. We got to let everyone understand.
What's the standard deviation here?
Yeah. All right, let's keep going here. Okay, we don't care about that.
Is she actually only mad because she didn't get the story?
Yeah, dude.
And, like,
that's how self-centered these people are.
There were a lot of men in those planes, a lot of men who visited that island, a lot of powerful men who came into that apartment.
And I didn't get the story.
When I heard he was found dead, I knew immediately. And they made it seem as though he made that suicide attempt 2 weeks earlier, but his lawyers claimed that he was roughed up by his cellmate around the neck. That was all, like, to plant the seed.
And she knows how to plant the seed, let's be real.
So I really believe it. Like, really believe it.
She's planted the seed a couple times here, boys.
The last of the leaked tape has Robach talking about alleged Epstein conspirator Ghislaine Maxwell and how she should be very careful.
He's got to have left evidence, like, in the, unexplained. Well, Ghislaine Maxwell, who I had all sorts of stuff on her too. I love it. I'm like, it's so funny to hear everyone say her name now because I'm like, oh my god, like. I had all the, and everyone was like, who's that? Who cares? I kept getting that. Who cares? She knows everything. She should be careful. Well, she was his, like, she went out and recruited all of these girls. She should watch her
back. And we're live.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. Bro, this bitch said all that shit and then went live. Yeah. Yo, she just... Dude,
in other news, there was a bear at the park.
And it's a big bear.
Now, you should break... Did you hear about all this, the suicide shit? Like, what happened when he suicided himself? When he got suicided. Sorry, when he got suicided.
When he got
suicided. Did you hear the details?
Yeah, they were saying it was like his cellmate who was like some jacked Italian guy from New Jersey or something.
Moved his cellmate. They
Chris Cuomo.
Jeffrey Epstein looks over at him. Fredo.
That's
it. You're done. We solved the shit out of that.
Chris Cuomo, where were you the night of? It's like, oh shit, Dad, they got me. He's the governor of New York.
Oh god. Okay, so but his actual cellmate, he got moved like 3 hours before.
He was empty. He was alone.
The two guards that were watching him
left,
fell asleep.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Fellas.
Bye-bye.
Fell asleep.
No,
you know what and the security camera
fell asleep.
It went night.
I heard about that stuff, and yeah, it was obviously suspicious. But like I said, I'm not into conspiracies.
That was the same person that El Chapo got held on. El Chapo was in that shit, bro.
El Chapo was next door saying that shit fucked up, bro. Like,
he was like,
yo,
they were like, shit.
He's like, yeah, you guys don't gotta tell me. You guys ain't gotta tell me. I was on that island too. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
He's like, who do you think was supplying the party? The party.
Oh my god, I was on that island too.
Yeah, no. I can do that. You guys can't. I can do that.
I know. Dude, but apparently El Chapo was a pedophile too.
Oh, dude. What the fuck,
Straight up.
Next thing we're gonna know, all stepdads are pedophiles. Dude, what the fuck,
you just triggered a lot of people.
Dude, baby,
just going through flashbacks of the darkest shit you could ever think. So horrible. Shit, well, that will rot you for
They
the
did
rest.
not expect this to get so real.
Yeah, no,
Well,
that was
bitch, it did.
Um,
Someone's gonna make a call to their mother. They were like, "Mom,
Okay, yeah,
Mom, you remember that time I was like getting ready for prom?"
Oh God.
No, but seriously though, that shit's fucked up, man. That shit's fucked. That's crazy.
Okay, so he suicided.
Hey,
he got suicided.
Wait a second. Why the fuck don't we rally behind this shit, bro?
What do you mean?
Why the fuck is Greta Thunberg not going around saying
Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself?
Like, oh yeah, global warming, oh, that's fucked up. But yo, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
If you want to rally,
Let's find a little boy
if you want to rally,
be our spokesperson.
if you want to rally the 99%, dude, who's going to be against taking down people that were supplying and violating underage girls, not women, girls, having sex with them, all right, and doing all these misdeeds and then committing murders and cover-ups.
Trying to spread your seed.
Yeah, fucking populate the world or whatever the fuck, eugenics, you lunatic.
and that's also causing global warming.
And that's causing a little bit, dude. These guys,
Yeah, think about
guys,
that.
take this in.
Think about the emissions
Guys,
on that private
take this
plane.
in. Dude,
That shit's
you imagine
fucked, bro.
how many trips that,
Clinton took 39 trips. Let's do the math, all right? How much?
What's his carbon footprint?
That's what I'm saying. Dude. Shit's awful.
but they sailed there. Oh, okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. Dude, seriously.
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? We were just talking
Why
about...
do you think that
Because
we don't do that?
Well, who's funding Greta Thunberg?
That's a good question.
Who's
Someone.
giving through Greta Thunberg the media attention she needs to reach the audience?
Ellen.
Ellen.
Dude, Ellen was on the island
she was just
too.
on Ellen,
Did you
right?
see that thing with
No.
George Bush and Ellen?
Yeah, okay, I don't care.
she's saying that
I don't
she's
care.
friends
I'm
with
gonna tell
him
you
and
straight up.
shit.
I don't care. Like, George Bush is a piece of shit. I think he's funny though. I think he's funny in the sense like not like, oh, this guy's a comedic genius. I think he's funny to look at.
Not
And
like-
dude, that video of
not
him
like Donnie.
fucking throwing those shoes or no, getting
Throwing
through
the
shoes. Dude, that shit. Oh my, dude, I want to be that guy. I want to be the guy like fucking
But
Throwing a shoe and missing.
like someone like I want someone to throw a shoe at me and then dodge it like in a really cool way. Dude, that guy's tie didn't even move, bro. Guys,
As he dropped an airstrike.
dude, that is
on
he's like
700
wait, he's
civilians.
like this. He's like he's like drone strike. No,
he
but,
was also a puppet. Like,
no, of course. But bro, like that's the thing. Like listen. As soon as like I'm saying, if I go around saying, Ellen DeGeneres is wrong for
It's all
chilling.
about being wrong. But
No, or
this, what she did was she said, she went on her show and she's like, why do you guys have such a problem?
she was on the show?
You have such a problem with
Yo,
me
but
being friends
yeah.
with George Bush.
Yeah.
And she's like, why is that such a problem? We should all be friends. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
but
not
then she
about
goes
right and
around
left.
saying-
Hey, wait. It's not about right and left. It's not about right and left. It's not about right and left, Ellen. It's about he murdered people.
Yeah.
Like he
No.
was a war
100%,
criminal.
100%,
And so-
100%.
but she put it on the division that's already happening. And
But the thing is that if you toss in
She's a
George
puppet.
Bush, you gotta toss in Barack Obama,
every single one of them.
and you gotta toss
Every
all
single
of
one of them.
all of them,
Every
all
single
of
one of them.
and not just U.S. presidents. We're talking fucking everyone else that facilitated the fucking U.S. that let the U.S. do their thing. We gotta talk about England's past presidents. We gotta talk about France. We gotta talk about Germany. We gotta talk about Belgium.
All of them.
Every single one, and most of all, we gotta talk about the dickheads that are on the UN.
Yeah, well,
Dude, those guys
I'm curious
escape-
about that. I don't really know much about the UN. But
Dude, they literally escape every type of scrutiny. You know why? Because nobody knows their fucking names, bro. How can you hate someone if you don't know their name, bro?
Yeah, you're
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
They're some of the most covered people.
Dude, like their elections, like their EU, like fucking entire like election cycle or like their system
Yeah.
is so fucked up. Like, bro, it's a popularity contest.
I
it's a grade 6 election.
I had
like,
a conversation with my buddy from Congo, and it's like we talk about the UN and what they do, and he talks about his position from being from Africa and talking about the aid that they get from the US, and it's not they don't like it. It's not aid to them; it's debt. It's now you're indebted to the American or the United Nations. You know what I mean? You're indebted to them because you're getting money from them. And teach a man to fish.
Real quick, don't give a man a fish, teach him how to fish.
Yeah.
He'll
have fish for life.
I feel like Gio's got something to say. Give me a look.
I was thinking of a joke, but fuck it.
You're 0.2% African?
That's not a joke, motherfucker. That's your ethnicity. Bro, real quick, what the fuck happened to the money in Haiti, bro?
Ask Hillary, dude.
Yeah,
Ask Hillary. She's hard to get a hold of.
How man? That's why. Like we were just talking
She's got
about this.
hot sauce in her bag, bro.
oh my god!
Ding ding ding! It's the hot sauce time of the podcast.
And boys, look at this Tabasco Red Hot, or is that Frank's Red Hot? And then Tabasco something else, whatever.
Tabasco tastes like shit.
Dude, Tabasco does taste like shit. You know what I really like? Oh, you know what I like? The Crystal. Louisiana Crystal.
Louisiana.
And
that shit's dope in Louisiana. There's definitely some good meth.
Dude. He hit the nail right on the head. But dude, we were just talking about this.
Crystal.
We were talking about Crystal.
Pull up a picture of crystal meth.
Actually, yeah, let's look at it real quick.
I don't even know what it looks like.
I forgot what it looks like. It kind of looks like ice, but like in cubes. What a weird search history you must have.
Methamphetamine.
Oh shit!
Oh my god!
Exactly what I thought it looked like.
Crystal meth?
Don't ask me that. Like, oh, we're weird.
Yeah, what, you guys have never done any crystal meth?
We're from Vaughan.
Dude, have you ever done a Molly?
Yeah.
See, that looks kind of like
Should
Molly.
I say that?
Who cares?
Well, hopefully by the time that I'm on NBC, it's legal.
We're talking about your high school lover, Molly.
A picture of Kim Jong-un with crystal meth.
See, I've done some Molly that looks like that. That was not a...
What?
Oh, that's
Molly,
like
that's weed.
What he's showing, what he's showing right now is
crystal
frozen
meth as a
spinach.
vegetarian. Vegetarian crystal meth.
Dude, clickbait is out of control.
This crystal meth made out of
How to make vegetarian crystal meth in 5 easy steps. It's my fucking
You're scared of putting
crystal meth?
scared of putting your name and saying Molly. This guy put his name on this recipe. Zach Goodall.
holy shit.
Dude, this guy's not getting a job.
Dude, they sell this shit.
They
sell this shit at Freshie. Holy shit.
Funny.
Is that what's his name? Zach Goodall?
Yeah,
shout out to Zach Goodall.
Oh, and shout out! Wow, man. Crystal meth is not good.
Sad.
It's not good. It's not a good thing. It's not a good look.
I feel like once you start looking at yourself in the
here she got
lacerations,
but here she applied
stop.
some foundation. This is fake news. This is fake news.
Dude, that's the worst one.
That's why she had to apply the
Dude,
foundation.
It looks like she got bit by a bunch of just
vipers.
Yeah, dude.
Like one fang vipers. Wow, that's
Okay,
crazy.
I'm done with that shit.
Yeah, look at that.
Let's Google some more stuff. Google something else.
Cuban burger.
Cuban boxer.
Oh, you want to Google?
Type in Cuban burger and see what we get.
Okay.
Because you're not gonna get much. Oh, by the way, dude, beef in Cuba is fucking outlawed. And why is there a location?
Really? It's outlawed?
Dude, why is there a business called Cuban Burger? Cuban style burgers on the grill. How is it a Cuban style burger?
Get out of my face.
Dude, Cubans barely know what a burger tastes like. Bro, burgers in Cuba, man.
Barely know what it.
Burgers in Cuba, straight up fucking, like, man, they're made out of everything except beef. Man, I straight up go to my fucking local.
See, that's why I don't get why you would eat at like a resort in Cuba because like
dude,
I don't trust
dude.
that.
Every resort in every resort in Cuba is horrible. Like except for one that I went to, yeah. Mm-hmm. Like unless you're going to like the a la carte restaurants, mm-hmm. Those are pretty good. Mm-hmm. But like the buffets, dude, I'm telling you, like as a Cuban, like Cubans themselves love it because it's a getaway. You know what I'm saying? It's like a fucking different experience.
Is there weed on Cuba?
Is there what?
Cuba? Is there weed in Cuba,
dude?
Like a shit ton
if you get found with weed with a joint, listen to this. If you get found with a joint in Cuba, easy 5 years. A joint, 5 years
in a Cuban prison.
Dude,
that's
you know what a Cuban? A Cuban prison is like, dude. Oh my god, what the fuck is that? No,
that's Xi Jinping.
Oh, that's crazy.
Inspired because they have facial recognition.
Oh, right.
And anti-mask laws.
Right. But Cuban prisons, dude, they're like, I had a buddy.
I think, sorry to interrupt you,
yeah.
just real quick, 2 worst places to be. third world country prison, third world country orphanage. Never want to be a person in either of those situations ever.
Dude, I fucking saw what's that movie, dude, with Dev Patel? Oh my god.
Life of Pi.
No, not Life of Pi. This guy pops in with Life of Pi.
Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes.
Okay, I know those are Dev
thinking
Patel movies.
Are they
I know
action?
Are they?
Oh yeah,
They are.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
I don't know.
They are. No, they actually
I
are.
have Patel, and I know those.
I've never
They
watched
feature
any of
some
them.
I know.
Indian
No, dude.
characters.
The thing is, dude, he's in so many movies. And dude, he's always crying in his movies. Every movie he's crying, at least in one scene. I just saw a trailer for a new movie that he's in, crying. Dev Patel crying. Oh, Dev Patel in a new movie. Martin Scorsese. Crying.
Probably what he gets paid for. Yeah.
No,
Can you
he's
cry
a
on
really
cue?
good actor though. I really like
Can
him.
you cry on cue?
Can I cry?
Yeah. No.
Oh shit.
He's getting deep.
Oh,
yeah, no,
shit.
you got the face. The face looks pretty good. If you could push a tear,
If I
that'd be
could,
really impressive.
it's like
dude.
a little bit right there. But for everyone listening, that was a really good cry.
No, that was pretty good.
That was a really good cry.
What were you just talking about?
Cuban prisons.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, fucked. Not good.
We're talking about weed in Cuba.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
What about cocaine though?
What?
That's like breakfast, right?
Dude, no, man.
Oh,
Yo,
no?
Cuba's an island, bro. It doesn't have that easy transportation of drugs.
they
and,
make-
They don't
and
have
guns
coca.
and
They
shit.
only have 1954s.
No, if anything,
Yeah,
that's it.
For a while, they were doing bath salts.
Yeah,
there.
dude.
Oh, God, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that was crazy, dude.
Yeah, that was
So all
that
they
was a
drink is
fucking-
rum.
Just yeah. Lots of alcohol, dude. Lots of Cubans are very big on alcohol. They have a huge alcoholic problem now.
I
Alcoholism.
feel like same with the world. You
Yeah.
know? It's like
With what?
the
world? Alcohol?
I feel.
Yeah.
No?
I feel like it's really decreasing because there's so much dude, before it used to be just an issue that like we wouldn't even like look at. Like we just see like, oh, that's just the town drunk or the town drunks or whatever, you know what I mean? Like now like there's outreach programs, you know what I mean? It's a stigma now. Like it's not a stigma, but like
It is a stigma.
It is a stigma.
If you were getting
But-
drunk every night,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
would be like, yo,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah. You guys would be like, hey,
Yeah, exactly.
you're supposed to be the cool Cuban guy, not the drunk Cuban guy. We don't like that guy. But back onto Cuban prisons. Not good, dude. Not good. And finding weed in Cuba is tough, man. Really tough.
Have you ever done it?
Yeah, I've done weed in Cuba. Yeah.
Damn.
I've done weed
That's
in Cuba.
cool.
Dude,
That's a fun joint.
That's
It sounds-
a fun joint. Yo, bitch. Yo, if you ever want to smoke weed in a country where like you're gonna feel like Jeffrey Epstein, bro, you fucking smoke weed in Cuba, man. I swear to God. And I wasn't even doing anything cool, dude. Like I wasn't doing anything. Dude,
I bet you were scared as fuck, though.
Dude, I was, dude.
I bet you
No,
were scared as fuck.
dude, because I'm a Cuban citizen too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like I'm not a tourist in
Is
Cuba.
it better to be a
Nope, because I'm under Cuban laws once I'm there.
What's the gang? Is there a gang problem? No gangs?
No guns, no gangs,
Is
no
there-
violent crime.
Is there any illegal
like organized crime?
imports, exports?
Like
that's usually
if
where
anything
gangs-
is sanctioned by the government. If it's not sanctioned by the government, then
True, so
you're not paying off the government.
They do. They sell media. Right? They get media from outside and sell it to
That's
people
sanctioned
inside.
by the government, though.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
So they
it
got it
has
pretty
to be,
locked
dude. It has
down.
to be.
They have a
Dude,
lockdown.
yeah, because so this is the thing. So there are a lot of homes. Most homes, pretty much every home in Cuba doesn't have Wi-Fi, right? And on top of that, the Wi-Fi is slow as fuck, right? If you do have it in your home, which is rare as hell, and it's become a thing in the last year. Home Wi-Fi, okay. So imagine this: from the higher ups, right? Like the people that really control shit in Cuba, like we're talking like the colonels, the generals. You know what I mean? Because it's a communist
The
state.
military.
Yeah.
So did they take control of a coup?
It was a coup against Batista, but
Okay.
Batista, this is like back in like fucking what, 49?
True.
59, yeah.
Yeah,
sure.
1959.
But the military structure has still been in
Yeah,
place.
oh dude, that is fucking horrible. But but listen, so the issue is No, sorry, I lost track. So, so they what they do is that they kind of
like
distribute.
Jeffrey Epstein when he's trying to explain his way through his deposition.
He's like, how do I make this sound like I'm not a pedophile?
Yeah.
So like I think, yeah, whatever. We're not gonna touch on that right now. But dude, so they distribute like these it's called El Paquete, right? Now El Paquete is like pretty much like a multimedia file, okay, you would say, right? Now let's say like, you have a distributor, okay? Now this distributor adds on like everything from the week, talk shows, news shows, sports, games, like apps, like Android apps, iOS apps, movies, just regular TV shows, everything, documentaries, dude. The fucking Discovery Channel, how it's made, motherfucker. Everything.
What a luxury, bro.
Yeah, straight up everything, and all that. You go to a guy, whatever, in like your local town or whatever the hell, right? And you bring a USB or your hard drive, whatever, and you copy everything. $1, boom, and you copy everything. That's their form of media platform.
Legal.
It's sanctioned by the government because, bro, if they didn't have that in Cuba, it would look like Chile right now, like Santiago, Chile right now, dude. Man, that's the only thing that distracts people from what's going on, from not having food in their stomachs. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
That's interesting. So maybe we should wrap it up here because we can continue this some other time. We can
definitely. Oh, dude, thanks so much for having us, dude. I really had a great time.
Thank you.
Did you write down the name?
Yes. Guys, my new podcast coming soon is called Trapped in a Podcast.
Dude, that's great.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Dude, I gotta make that episode quick before some other motherfucker.
Is something burning?
I don't.
The guy that you yelled at to leave the room, he's cooking right now.
And burning down the house.
I think he may be burning down the house.
God bless.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
He really didn't like what you said to him.
Thanks for the beer.
I appreciate you,
Manuela.
guys. I appreciate you guys being here, and probably be on next week.
Yes.
Next week if you want to come with Jacob.
100%.
You have,
Jacob
4 mics?
Yeah.
Cool.
Fucking dope, dude.
All right. Appreciate
Let's do
you
it.
guys.
All right. Can opener, baby.
But there's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people. White collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.